All right, everybody, this is my ice plant that I have in my backyard in a 12-inch pot, and I water it once a week, and I don't do anything with the spent blooms. They kind of just drape over, and this thing loves the sun. If it's a cloudy day or there's certain clouds rolling by, it won't open up. This thing is sun loving, and I absolutely love it. So I am amping up my ice plants in my own garden. So I got these two in the front yard. And I got a jewel of the desert. These blooms are very tiny compared to the orange and the yellow blooms that I have currently, but I'm hoping that they will amp up in size, but we will see. But look at this. If I back up, it is pretty substantial in size, and it just creates such a pop of color that I can't help but put more in my garden. So that's what I'm doing in the front yard, but I won't let it get too crazy because we have to walk around the walk path. So, but back here I can just let it do its thing. So, and on the flower bed I planted the ice plants along the border. So one right here, another one right here, so right here, basically every, I don't know, 3 feet, right here and there. And I kind of skipped this spot because I got to take care of this crabgrass growing everywhere. And then I have one right up in here somewhere, and I'm hoping that it will drape over the rocks. Right, and then we're over here by our irrigation control valve boxes, and I always have a problem with plants here because it just gets nailed with the morning sun for about 3 hours, and then it gets shaded in the rest of the afternoon. But just those hours in the morning sun are just brutal, so I need strong plants to go in here. So what I do have growing here is a volunteer hollyhocks, a mini one, which I'm super excited to see bloom. Then I have some purple petunias right here, here, and there. And then I planted the ice plants. I don't know if you can see, but one right here, there, and then right in there. So I'm hoping for a color show, and we will see some action in a couple days. Not even. I think I saw a flower blooming earlier this morning, so I'll get a couple pictures of that and show you guys. So let me show you another spot where I have some ice plants. I also have some ice plants in this tower and this container that I've had for almost 3 years now. I still have yet to mulch, so the top does get dried out very quickly, but as you can tell, they are just very striking and succulent looking, and they just do really well in our desert heat. And then I also popped one right here so it can spill over this cracked pot right here that the dogs ran into and busted up, so maybe I can still get another use out of this container, or another year out of this container, by just having this spill over and hide this up a little bit. And then I have some lantana. I think this was a white lantana or a citron lantana. Gazania. This is a little spent bloom. This is a newer one. And then I did plant petunias from seed, and they're doing pretty good. I didn't suspect that they would do so well in this location just because of how hot it gets. But yeah, so this is another spot that I have the ice plants located. I also have this location in the far east side of my yard, and it just gets nailed with the sun also all the way until sundown. So what I have growing here is some portulaca, I think, pretty sure. And I popped an ice plant in here. Then I got some cumin, and I got some, I forgot, they're like desert daisy, the yellow plants. And then I planted a nice plant right here, along with the portulaca. Had this originally rock, and I pulled all the rock aside, put a barrier down, and moved some of the river rock and made a border. And I put some fresh soil down. Oh, look at the little lizard, how cute. And I planted tomatoes in the wintertime, and they died, as you can tell. But I have a tomato coming back from the roots from the winter, so it wintered over apparently. And then I just dumped a bunch of zinnias and a flower mix and cottage flower mix in this spot because it was just so problematic. And sunflowers last year. I had a bunch of sunflowers in this location, and they did amazing, but they were just water hoggers that it was just really hard to keep them satisfied. So I thought something a little more drought tolerant would be necessary in this spot. So we'll have to figure something else out, because every day that I don't have something in the ground, it's not doing something for me. So yeah, so there's just another spot that I had some ice plants going, because this spot just gets nailed with the sun up until 10 a.m. It just gets sun. So, and I have some rogue plants right here, and I'm just giving them some supplementary water and seeing what comes out of that. And yeah, so I think that's all the spots that I had the ice plants, and then I just needed some more in the front location where the sun is just so brutal. And let me show you guys where I planted the plants in the front yard. I just had this container here already, and I just popped some petunias in on the side so it could spill over and look pretty from the back. And I got my nasturtiums going strong, and then I dotted the ice plants here, there, and then coming around, I planted a big drift right here and a small pink one right here. They're closed up right now because I just pulled them out of the shade and planted them in direct sun, so they're a little shocked. And then I planted the last two right here. But ice plants are sun loving, and this spot just gets nailed at the like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock afternoon here when the summer comes rolling around. So these plants will do extremely well. And I'm just happy to show you guys the progress, and we'll see in a couple weeks, and I'll show you what they look like when they're actually fully opened and just loving the sun and soaking it up. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Bye.